Well, you also mentioned, I mean, number four is healthcare, education, and economic security are established as rights for each American citizen,
Yeah. Well,
which,
let me give you an example of economic security. Uh, Here, you can have a small small business, and you can borrow from the Small Business Administration to set up your small business. So what's going on there? You as a citizen are borrowing money from the federal government that you got to repay. Why, why not do that right across the board? Here you have the talking about the fact that we're going to have driver vehicles that can be driven without the people, truck drivers. So they're going to be made obsolete across the country by trucks that will drive themselves. Well, they're made obsolete. How are they going to make a living? Well, what we could do is we could turn around and have a federal program, which is what I'm talking about when I talk about expanding uh, the, the capability of borrowing money from the federal government. A truck driver could borrow the money from the federal government to, to pay for the cost of a new driverless truck, and
mhm.
buy the truck and take the profits from that and pay back the federal government. And once the government's paid back, then the individual driver owns the truck and profits and enjoys the profits that the productivity of that truck will produce. You can do the same thing with windmills. You could turn around and say, okay, we'll take a farmer that's got a 5 acres plot of ground. That farmer can go out and incorporate that 5 acres with four other people who have no net worth. And so now they have this incorporated, and they borrow $5 or $6 million from the federal government to put up a windmill to produce energy, and you, the way it's structured is that the initial funds that come from the sale of that energy would be to repay the loan. And after the loan is repaid, these five individuals become millionaires because they own this productive tool. So, what I'm saying is by democratizing our economy, and you could do it by setting up, going to the uh, another, well, I'm having a bad day with respect to the senior moments, but there's no reason why you can't turn around and democratize our economy by permitting people to borrow money from the federal government to purchase assets that then produce wealth and profit, and use that wealth and profit to repay the loan to the federal government. Uh, and that is something that is easy. We do it right now with the Small Business Administration. Why not do it so that Americans can acquire the productive wealth of assets? And of course, that's the whole definition of how it works, is that profits have to be available from a productive asset to pay for the cost of the productive asset. If it doesn't produce the profits, you have no asset. So that's a dynamic that can be structured into our national economy, which now serves the 1%, as opposed to serving all the people, which could be easily structured into a process that I'm suggesting. And this, of course, could be done by people who have the power to make laws.
Which, of course, getting back to the book, to go back a little bit, that is we the people. You're calling for, an assembly to change the way the Constitution is orchestrated so that we the people can propose laws.
Right.